All right, so let's look at part 2 of Gary Moore's The Prophet. The last thing I did was this on part 1. And then now the next thing he does, he plays a D note on the 2nd string. Use your 1st finger and 3rd fret. And then go up to your 13th fret, and you're going to bend this C note up to a D. And then you're going to finalize it on same string, fret 11, and then you're going to go bend up a half step from fret 15, and you're going to go a half step bend, and then you're going to do this. So what he does is he plays 15 and let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 and 13, sorry about that. 15 and 13, he's gonna go like this. And then he's gonna bend 15 of string 3 and finalize on 13 of string 2. So once again, looking at that. Okay, now he's gonna play his C note on string 4, fret 10, and he plays it twice. He goes, and he bends 2nd string from your B flat up to your C. So once again, and that's fret 11 to 10, and then he does this. Goes back up to your C note, fret 13. Okay, he bends that twice, and then he plays fret 12 on string 3, and he goes up to fret 16. Okay, he bends that up a whole step, and he goes back down to point 0. Okay, and then he plays same string, frets 15 and 13. And then he shifts down 2 frets, and he plays frets 13 and 11. Okay, so let's look at that whole section from when we started here. I'll play it slow. All right, so that's that whole section there. Now the next section, he starts off, he does an upstroke with an open 3rd and 4th string. He does that, and then he plays his D note here on fret 15, string 2. And then he goes up to fret 20 and bends up to fret 22 from your C to your D. So watch. He does this, goes to point 0, and then he goes up to fret 22, bends up a half step, and does a bend, and then he goes back to these frets here, frets number 20 and 18, he does this. So let's look at that whole little part there. And then the next thing he does is he plays fret 15, string 2, and he bends fret 18, a whole step, back to point 0, and then he goes up to fret 20, and he does it just like that. Okay, and then now the next thing he does is he shifts, and he puts his 1st finger on fret 20 on the 2nd string, and then now he's going to bend fret number 23 up a whole step, back to point 0. Okay, and then he bends that again, and he goes back to fret 23. That's what he does there. So he bends it up, he hits it like 4 or 5 times. Now you could do that without hitting all of it like that, but that's what Gary Moore does. But you can just go. Okay, but Gary Moore. Okay, so we're gonna look at that whole little part there because it gets a little involved. So he does this. Shift your hand, put your first finger here, fret 20, string 2. Fret 23, whole step. Fret 22, fret 23 again. Now he goes down to fret 16 on your second string. And he hits that a couple times, and he hits back up to fret 22, bends up a half step, and then goes to fret 20. And bends that up a half step again there, fret 22. And then he goes to fret 20, bends up a whole step. Once again, that whole section now, he goes to fret 16, second string. Now he plays fret 15, string 2. Goes to fret 20 to 18. Now here's a tricky one. He does this. There's a whole step bend, and then he does a half step bend on the same fret. So it's like going. So you're doing 2 bends in 1 string. Once again. And then it goes to fret number 18 to 17 goes. So he goes from 18 to 17. And he bends 17 up a half step. Does it again. He sustains that a little bit. And lets that down. So we're going to look at that whole section. It's a little tricky, and it goes like this. Sustains it, slides down, and he goes right back to the first riffs he used at the beginning on part 1. But now he sticks this in. Real quickly, he goes to the first position, G, and he does this. Real quickly. So once again, that's done by putting your first finger on fret 3, first string. He does a bend here on string 3, fret 5. Does a quick couple of those and ends on the root note. And then he does it just like the first part, second riff. Sorry. Does that. Does this. So basically the same, watch part 1, and then he finishes it with this. He finishes it with his first finger on fret 15, second string, and he goes to fret 18 first string. He goes like this, and he bends fret 17 a half step. He does that 3 times. Does it again. And then he does it slow. Point 0, and then he bends this note here. Now after that, he does some noodling after that, but that's the basic solo. Play to the song, match it up. You'll see these parts work perfectly, and have a great day. Practice, subscribe.